JLR Investigates. I am at Florida State University covering the terrible mass shooting that occurred here. Phoenix Ikner, the shooter. Who is he? I want to give you some information about the shooter. Terrible tragedy, Florida State University. 2 people dead, multiple people injured. Shooter arrested and caught. What's going to happen with the shooter? Check it out.
According to USA Today, the shooter had Nazi and Hitler fascination. Screenshots of Eichner's online history captured by the Anti-Defamation League and shared with USA Today show the gunman was an active gamer who had a troubling fascination with Adolf Hitler and Nazi Germany. A profile photo for an online gaming account linked to Eichner shows a drawing of Hitler recognizable by the mustache with the word "Ning" in a thought bubble next to the infamous dictator. For another account, Eichner used the name Schutzstaffel, the name of the paramilitary group that started out as Hitler's personal bodyguard and was eventually entrusted with leading the execution of the Holocaust. Neither one means anything in particular, but they're part of the broader story. Carla Hill, a senior director of investigative research at the Anti-Hate Group Center on Extremism, said of Eichner's apparent fascination with Nazis. It gives us a little more insight into what he's thinking about and curious about. All right, so there's another report out that the suspect practiced shooting with his stepmom, a longtime sheriff's deputy, and that's Jessica Eichner, who you see right here. She's a school resource deputy, previously brought her stepson, Phoenix Ikner, to a firing range to practice shooting. A Leon County's sheriff's spokesperson, Shonda Knight, told the Tennessee Democrat, part of USA Today Network. Knight said the shooting practice was not in an official capacity and was to make sure he knew the proper handling of a weapon for safety purposes. Jessica Eichner, a beloved Raw Middle School student resource deputy, was Law Enforcement Officer of the Year in 2023 for the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Since the shooting, Eichner is basically in hiding and requested personal leave, which the Sheriff's Office granted. Knight said she was also reassigned from the school to Property Crimes Division due to the sensitivity of the matter and to make sure she is properly acclimated under the circumstances. Now, I went past her home. There is nobody there. Lights off. No one in the driveway. She is in hiding, I am told. She fled her home with her husband, Christopher. Now, why would she flee? Does she feel threatened? Probably. People probably sent threats. We don't support threats in any way, shape, or form. Harassment. Scared. Doesn't want media around her house. In shock, in trauma, but also possibly because, guess what, folks? One of the victims' families is planning to file lawsuits. One of the victims' families. I'm going to show you one of the victims right here. All right, this is 45-year-old Mr. Chaba, who is a father of 2 from Greenville, South Carolina. He was one of the 2 victims that died. So our thoughts and prayers are with him. But his family has hired a prominent attorney to handle their case. Victim's family hires attorney to hold those responsible accountable. Chaba's family hired national civil rights attorney Bakari Sellers of the Strom law firm and Jim Bannister to represent them. Now, Bakari Sellers, you see him on the right. He's probably a familiar face. You see him on national TV a lot on CNN, a CNN commentator. He's from South Carolina, lawmaker. He is representing one of the victims' family. In a news release, the attorney said they were hired to ensure that all those who bear responsibility for this senseless act of violence are held to account. Chaba's family is going through the unimaginable now, Sellers said. Instead of hiding Easter eggs and visiting with family and friends, they're living a nightmare where this loving father and devoted husband was stolen from them in an act of senseless violence and preventable violence. The lawyers also asked the public to keep the family in their thoughts and prayers as we fight to ensure they seek justice that honors the memories of Mr. Chaba and all the victims of Thursday's shooting. So it appears that they will probably go after the woman that you see on the left, the mom for giving her son a gun, possibly the shooter himself, maybe even the university, maybe the sheriff's office. We'll see. We're monitoring this situation. The mom is now in hiding. And will she come out and give a statement? And remember, folks, the mom has not spoken about this case at all. Daily Mail has reached out to her for comment about the prior mother of Phoenix, Eichner, their bio mom that had litigation and kidnapping charges. It's just all a dysfunctional mess. But anyway, this mom, aka stepmom, Jessica Eichner, she's in a world of trouble, folks. Big time trouble. And she hasn't spoken. And I don't think she will speak. I'm assuming she got an attorney. She's law enforcement herself. It's interesting that her son lawyered up when he got caught himself. Probably followed the same protocol that mom's going to follow here. But we are monitoring this development very, very closely on JLR Investigates. This was a remembrance held at the Unconquered statue right by the stadium, and there were thousands that attend. Students, faculty, president, sheriff. Look at the crowd here. Look at the massive crowd here that attended this remembrance of the victims. So, yeah, I think lawsuits are coming. A lot of people mad, upset, scared, terrified, want answers. And we'll see and monitor what happens with this situation here. It's just horrible. The shooter himself was a student at this school. But I think this has a ripple effect down the line. What will Florida State do to assure the students are safe at this university and this terrible, terrible tragedy never happens again? Well, I provided a lot of insight about what's going on currently, and we will continue to monitor this situation for sure.
All right, folks, let me know what you think. Terrible situation. When more information comes about this terrible tragedy, you will hear it on here. JLR Investigates. Boots on the ground. We are here trying to get clues, trying to get answers, trying to get an understanding, trying to share what we learned with all of you. The public deserves the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about this terrible tragedy. We will talk soon. Justice for the victims. Stay tuned.